Family here. Got a big shoe right here, man. It's the big boy shoe.
Oh my god.
And if you guys want to cop a pair of these, we will leave a link in the description box below. But anyways, let's get it started with the traction. Start the performance review. So, translucent outsole, you have a wave traction bone, wave herringbone, whatever you want to call it. There's like some indents or whatever.
Articulation.
Alright, a little bit of articulation, I guess.
You know.
Barely any. It kind of reminds me of like the Kobe 11, what that shoe did on the bottom. But so traction, is it good? Very good. Stopping power is really good. Dust pickup was very minimal. I mean, some shoes weren't sticking. I was playing this and it sticks really well on dust, and you can see it was actually picking up a lot of dust. You can see a lot of dust on it, but it was still sticking really well. So dusty court, really good. Clean court, really good. Stopping power though, not the best. Like stick like glue, like the Kyrie 2 and stuff like that, but it still held its own and stuck really well. And of course, outdoor use, I thought it would have been really good, but then like you see, it's only on my right pair. I guess like I go ham on my right, and then my left I don't go ham as much, but on my right side you see this?
Yeah,
it's like
fraying off.
Yeah, it's fraying off like crazy on the tip right here.
That's what's happening in my 10s.
Yeah, exactly. So but it's not as bad as his. Like it's not like peeling off like crazy, but it's still peeling off a good amount. So and this is only from indoor use. So I don't know if outdoor use is going to be okay, especially now that I see this. A few times should be fine, but if it's gonna be your main outdoor shoe, or if you only play outdoors, I wouldn't recommend it. But overall traction pattern is very good. Very solid traction pattern, and also a very good compound. So not the best traction, but it held its own, and I was very proud of KD.
About that cushion.
Yep, that's probably something that all of you guys are wondering. So of course it's a full-length zoom, and then you have a full-length React carrier, and then you have basically also rubber, because the rubber outsole, it does come up a lot and cages it, and you guys hear that? It's super like stiff, like to the touch. How does it feel? So at first, pretty damn stiff. I couldn't really feel the zoom unit at all. The insole is very nice, very plush, so stepping comfort is nice. But while you're playing, you don't really notice the insole as much, you know? So I was like very disappointed in the cushion at first, but then of course I needed to break it in. I also did like work out in these. I did some squats and stuff like that, just to see like if I could feel the zoom and stuff, and I could really feel it, you know, while I was squatting. So I don't know, like I feel like if you're a heavier dude, you'll feel it right away, but if you're a lighter dude like me, it's just gonna take some breaking in. While I'm walking around too, I can definitely feel the zoom unit now. But at first, I couldn't really feel it. I could only feel it when I was going hard and playing ball. But now I can feel the zoom unit, and it feels like the 0.1.
Nice.
Or like the Hyperdunk 2016 Flyknit.
Right.
Or the HyperRev 2014 or whatever with the full-length zoom. That's it. That's what it feels like.
That's not bad.
It's nice. I love the full-length zoom setup, but like the React doesn't do jack shit.
Right.
What's the point in putting React?
Yeah.
Like that's what I said. Like not before I even got this shoe. Like why would you do that? You're gonna feel only the zoom, and the React's not really gonna do anything. Maybe there is something that the React does. Maybe it adds a little bit of impact protection, but it just feeling wise, it doesn't add any bounce. It doesn't add any like more compression or anything, especially since the cushion is so caged.
Yeah.
It just feels like a full-length zoom set. I'm not mad at that. It feels nice, but I was expecting a lot more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still a top tier cushion, but
right.
You know, the React doesn't do anything. You do feel super high off the ground, which I don't like. I like to feel a lot of court feel. So that's a little bit of a bummer there, but heel to toe transition is nice. There's a good amount of bounce because of that zoom cushion. It's still responsive as well. It's not like a super duper thick zoom setup. The zoom in this, I believe, is like 5 to 6 millimeters thick.
Right.
And then the React is like, in the heel is like 15 millimeters or whatever, minus the outsole. So you're pretty high off the ground. So cushion setup, I'm disappointed in it, but it's still a nice setup, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's that. Moving on to the upper, which is full, it's a one booty full Flyknit upper, and it's basically like the 10 where, or maybe even the LeBron 15. there's a lot of underlay with a lot of it's basically like synthetic material. If you see that dismantling, you can see all the underlay that's in the toe area, which is good for, you know, of course, durability and support. But at first it feels really like stiff, but I broke it in. It actually feels really soft now, especially in the toe. And the fly knit here in the middle where the laces are is super stretchy. Feels very premium. It breaks in really nicely, and it feels really nice. And you have your feels like a synthetic suede here in the heel cup, here in the ankle area, and then of course you have some synthetic material, synthetic overlays here on the lateral side right here, and also very little bit of synthetic overlay also in the toe area. Materials are very nice. Very nice, premium. Alright, now moving on to fit. It fits like every single KD, long and narrow. So if you have a narrow ass foot, you should probably go down half a size. If you have a normal foot, it was a little tight width wise, but it did stretch out. So I'm fine now. It's not as tight as it was. So if you can deal with breaking it in and having having needles in your feet for the first few times until you break it in, then you should probably go down half a size if you're normal width. But fit is very nice. I love how easy it is to put on. You have this little heel tab.
Yeah, it's a gnarly pull tab.
And you can just put your finger in it and just stretch it out.
Yeah,
so slide your foot in, super easy to put in. And you know, the fly knit stretches over your foot, especially since it's really stretchy in the midfoot area right here. And fit is super nice. No dead space anywhere. So there's that. Moving on to lockdown and support, which was a huge issue in the KD11, just like it was in the 9 and 10. And I don't know, man. I don't know how KD plays in these. You know, like,
wow, really?
Yeah, at first I was like, actually, it feels pretty supportive. But then, like, that I feel like that's because the materials weren't broken in yet. It wasn't as soft. It was a lot stiffer at first.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. But now I kept playing it. I broke it in, and my foot is sliding like laterally, like sideways a lot. You know, also the caging does come up a little bit. And you have this little synthetic material so that you stiffen up the fly knit as well for lateral movement. But I still felt my foot like stretching the fly knit just a little bit. It wasn't horrible, but then I could feel my foot just move. And I
don't like that.
Yeah, and it bothered me while I was playing. You know, when I was doing a step back, when I was doing a cross, I felt a lot slower than I would have maybe in like the Curry 5 or in like the Harden 2s, which are very supportive. I have no lateral containment issues. If you're a dude that just like does spot up, pull up jumpers and you don't do crossovers and lateral movements and cuts or whatever as much, you should be fine. But I am not even heavy. I'm not a big dude, and I was feeling this a good amount. So if you're heavier, you're definitely gonna feel it.
Yeah.
So support in the materials, pretty big. I would say it's a little bit better than 10 though. But then it was still an issue in the 11, and I want pure response. I don't want any give in the upper at all.
Yeah.
I want it to be supportive, and it feels supportive, but then it still stretches.
Yeah.
And like rolls over a little bit. So supporting the materials, not good. Lockdown, lateral containment is not good. Heel slippage, there was no heel slippage, which was good. You tighten your laces and you're good to go. Lateral stability, it's not super wide. There's really no outrigger, but I didn't have any issues, you know, with like teetering or anything. It felt good for ankle stability. Moving on to weight, it is 13.47 ounces. It's on the heavier side of shoes. And it feels a little bulky. It feels like Vans feels, you know what I'm saying? Like it has a very thin upper, and then you have a slab of rubber on the bottom of your foot. And I don't really like that too much, you know, like having a thin upper and just having all that weight and all that bulk feeling underneath your foot. And like this rubber, dude, it comes up.
It's a lot of rubber.
Yeah.
You know, it's caging the whole midsole. It's thick. It's probably adding most of the weight.
Yeah, I mean, the upper is not adding like a lot of weight. It's just flying it. So it's probably from the rubber. And also feeling light on your feet. You don't feel super light on your feet just while you're playing, just because, you know, of course, that you have that lag in the material. It's not supportive. So you are sliding laterally, which you know, slows you down when you're doing cuts or when you're doing a step back or whatever. And I definitely felt it, which I didn't really like. So response and feeling light on your feet while playing, not the best. But I guess if you're just walking around casually, it feels pretty good.
Right.
Moving on to ventilation, no issues really. It's a Flyknit. Usually Flyknit's really good, soaks up whatever sweat there is and like releases it.
Evaporates. Wicks.
Yeah, wicks away. You know.
Wicks it.
So so ventilation seemed to be pretty good. There's really no ventilation holes, but
yeah.
So there's that. Moving on to durability. Durability, I feel like probably not the best. I mean, the rubber, I don't know, it is fraying a good amount, but it's not like peeling off like crazy or anything. So maybe it should be okay. And also, the upper seems pretty damn worn out.
Yeah.
But no really like issues of tearing in the Flyknit or anything. So durability, I feel like it should be okay, but not the most durable shoe. Maybe like comparing it to the Harden Volume 2 or anything like that. Aesthetics, I mean, they look okay on foot.
Yeah, they look a lot better in person.
Yeah.
And especially this is a great colorway.
Yeah.
So I'm really not too mad at them, even though we flamed them out before.
But still not the best shoe in my opinion. You know, so tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. Wrapping things up, these are $150. Nike kept it the same.
Not a bad price.
Not a bad price. You get the best tech Nike gives. Is it a good performer? It's an okay performer, but I definitely will not be playing in these. I mean, I kind of enjoyed playing in it. I mean, the cushion is super nice. The traction was really good. It's just that support, man.
Yeah.
And I want support. I can't play if, you know, I need to be fast. And there's people bigger than me, and when if I do a step back or something, I feel like, that a little bit, I feel a little bit slower, you know what I'm saying? If you're a guard and you need total response, it's probably not the best shoe, not the best option for you. Even for a bigger dude that needs support in the material, it's probably not the best option.
Right.
So I guess the option should be if you're just a pull-up shooter, you just catch and shoot or whatever, it should be good. But other than that, that's probably the only position that I would probably recommend it. So yeah, I was a little disappointed in the KD11. It feels kind of like the KD10 does, but I would say it's a little bit better than that. So anyways, that's it. That's the review. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Later.